Students in medical school right now, as medical school has become increasingly expensive with the complexity of medical education, now graduate across the country with an average of about $200,000 in debt. For those students to actually be relatively free in career choices, as well as not be influenced in how they practice medicine after they graduate, the goal for scholarship money should be to try to reduce the amount of debt that these students graduate with. Our scholarship needs, therefore, right now are more of a cash flow issue because we've got a relatively small number of students in a single class. As that class goes through the 4 years, we're going to have an ever-increasing number of students, such that it's become very difficult to raise every year the amount of money that it takes by going back to the same people or the same community to help raise money for the next entering class and sustain it for the class that's going to the following year. So the goal, when you do the arithmetic in all this, of understanding that it's about $35,000 or $40,000 a year to educate a medical student in terms of scholarship, tuition, and fees, is actually to establish a $50 million endowment, which will provide us predictable, sustained scholarship money for the full school when it's up to full size of 400 students. The most interesting statistic is, of those students who go to the USC School of Medicine and then do their residency program in GHS, 75% of them stay in South Carolina. So we have a very high retention rate of the students that we provide medical education and residency training to. So we ought to start out on the front end attracting the most competitive group of students we can, because they're going to be practicing in the communities of the upstate and taking care of the people that are here. USC School of Medicine Greenville is now recruiting its second class. It's clear that word is out in regards to what's available here at the medical school for the students from a medical education standpoint. And frankly, what we're seeing is an even more competitive group of applicants and a larger number of applicants than we saw last year. These students are so competitive that there's no question they will get accepted to a number of different medical schools. And although many of them are quite clear with us that they're attracted by the curriculum and the facilities and the faculty and the hospital system here for their education, in the end, these highly competitive students are going to make their final choice as to which medical school to go to, based to some degree on how much scholarship support they get. So for us to bring the most competitive students to this community, where hopefully they'll stay and practice, we really do need scholarship money available to compete with the other schools. So we started this medical school because of the physician shortage in the upstate, and we're looking to address the physician shortage in our communities. We're also looking to educate physicians differently than we have in the past, so that they will actually be much more patient-centered in their care. They'll worry about the health of the population in our communities as a whole and continue to take very, very good care of patients who are ill. Remember that the students that we're attracting now and helping go to medical school with scholarship contributions won't be practicing actually in our communities until 10 years from now. These students are the future of healthcare in the upstate of South Carolina, and anything we can do, large or small in terms of contributions, to attract these students to come will mean we will improve the healthcare for ourselves in our later lives and our children as they grow up.